Okay, thank you for watching. To understand, excuse me, to enter, I know I put enter, not under, to understand the fake wellness check by abusers, okay? If you're not familiar with me, um, I don't have really time to get into all those details. Okay, so I invite you to check out the shorts here as well as go to my YouTube channel. And over there, you'll get more of the gist of who I am. Okay, so on a journey of recovering from narcissistic abuse and understanding whether individuals are narcissists or not, they don't all have to necessarily be that. Okay, so to understand the fake wellness check of abusers, lean into this, okay? Once you get a level of healing done and you have a space to kind of be able to clearly look at some things. Okay, so remember, most toxic types are a little bit sadist. Okay, if your abuser is a sadist because on some level, okay, on some level, they get something out of your suffrage. They get something out of causing some kind of uncomfortability, pain, or harm. Okay, or blockage or something, okay? So the fake wellness check from estranged people that are still toxic and still have ill will and hidden dishonor, okay? The fake wellness check is for several different reasons. One, it is to possibly gauge whether or not any of their things is working, okay? To kind of know and see like where you're at to try to do some type of a comparison, okay? And it's also on the external, on the flip side of it, to those that they're trying to convince that they are these caring people. It is to convince those folks that are in the blind about the truth. It is to convince those people that see, I am a caring person. You know, I reached out and I attempted to talk and I sent an email and I called and I did this and that. So it is to still give the appearance of someone who might care. So it's two birds and one stone. On your side of it, when they're doing it, is so that they can gauge your suffrage, right? Are you okay? Just wanted to check in and see what's going on. I feel some kind of way. Are you okay? As things, right? So they want to get a feel of that. And then subtly and silently, if you're not suspicious and you're telling them, oh, you know, I'm going through this and that, or this is happening, they may go, oh, or try to pretend the fake empathy and stuff. And you usually can see right through that. But they get something out of that. That's the high that the sadists get at knowing, secretly knowing that they've been able to affect you negatively while pretending to care. Okay, especially if they're on the dark triad. Okay, so for an example, let's just say as an example, these are some estranged folks, whether this was family and friends or even ex-lovers. It just depends. That's trying to circle the block. If they contact you and they know, not just keep this in mind, they know that they stole something from you. Okay, no matter how much they have paid, they know that they kept something from you or they stole something big time. And again, we're not talking about they stole your favorite, you know, boots, or they stole, you know, some Guess perfume. And, you know, we're not talking about some small time, insignificant shit that is easily replaceable. Okay. They stole some major shit. Okay. And, or they know about someone who stole some shit. Okay. And they contact you, and these are people who have benefited off of that. And so if they're on the dark triad and you telling them how, yours, don't really have, or whatever the situation is, they're getting a high, they're snickering inside because they got your money and they benefited off of your money, or they got the property and they gave it to their children, okay, or they sold, whatever the case may be, okay, and it's to get that out, that high, that hit, okay. That's the purpose of the fake wellness check. It's also for recon to see what else needs to be done. It's for recon to see if, as they're engaging with you, they want to find out if you even have discovered the betrayal. So they're going to sit there and talk and shoot the breeze and seemingly, small talk. Like, oh, woo-de-woo. And they're going to do all these parables and what I call like these, these talking in circles and all of that stuff. They're trying to gauge without giving themselves up too much, which with most of you by now, they are exposing themselves more than they think they are because of where you are now, okay? But that is so that they can figure out, do they even know what I've done? Do they know that I betrayed them? Do they know that I'm aware that I betrayed them? Do they know that this is not a coincidence, or that I am the mastermind behind? I want to find out how much they know or not know. Who have they spoken with? Let me have a little small talk to see, hey, have you, and they're going to try to make it inconspicuous. They're going to try to make it like it's just rando. Hey, have you spoken with so-and-so lately? Because if, depending on what your answer is on that, then that's going to let them know, okay, do I need to be alarmed? Because if they've spoken with this person, did that person tell them something? So they will shoot the breeze with you, okay, like that, so they can gauge who you have spoken with and if they need to be alarmed or not. How much information, if at all, do you even know that they portrayed you? That's a part of the fake wellness check. Do you know their role in it? Do you know that they know? Do you know? You see what I'm saying? It's a mixed bag when you're dealing with antagonists, toxic individuals and groups that were a part of major betrayals in your life and benefited off of something, okay? Whether that is blocking opportunities, stealing money, trying to harm you, or knowing about what someone did and yet not coming at you. The reason why we're calling them abusers or antagonists, because if they are aware and or participated and or kept something a secret, and yet they're coming to you and they are not giving you that information straight away, then it is safe to say that they have ill will and hidden dishonor. Because otherwise, they would be coming at you with, I heard about, I'm aware of, this came to my awareness, and I want. See, it's a different approach when people are innocent or forthcoming and had nothing to do with any type of foul play on any level, whether that is they benefited monetarily or not, or it was just something that they agreed in the name of their relationship with somebody, whether that is mother, daughter, father, son, sister, brother, whatever the connection is, husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend. It's still a betrayal, and it's still questionable if they're not coming to you forthcoming. Okay? That's the purpose of the fake wellness check. Okay? People that have not ever cared. I mean, as far as like these are people, if there's people, extended family, that folks that ain't never tried to contact you a day in your life. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's questionable. And if they, it's like, that's odd and rare, you know, and you got to gauge the questionnaire list. Okay, they're going to try to make it look like small talk, but they're trying to go down a checklist. Who have you spoken to so that they can know what you possibly might know? And in these cases, this is what I can say. By the time you get to a certain level of your healing, a couple ways you can address that. For most of you, you ain't got to deal with it at all. Okay? Because, again, we're not obligated. There's no obligation to be telling people nothing, especially people who ain't a significant caring role in your life. Shit. I know. No. Some, it's like for gossip, okay? Because remember, the toxic types, the antagonist is not healthy. It's a fake wellness check. Okay? It's gossip. It's for the purposes of getting high off of your misfortune or whatever happened. And it's also to gauge to see if you're recovering and if they need to do some more, if they need to do some more, all of that. So don't give up anything. This is what I would say about it. If you even decide to entertain people reaching out to you, if you already know what you need to know from the initial approach, okay? That's boom. You got it? And don't tell these people nothing. If you're going to talk to them, don't tell them nothing. In fact, take over the conversation if you decide. Flip it. Okay? So you can hear them squirm. Because that's what they're going to do. Flip it. Say, oh, have you talked to so-and-so? And did you hear about some? Have you talked to so-and-so? And then you stay vague. See, it's flipping it. Since they're the ones reaching out, and if they're not coming, and that's how you're going to get more confirmation on, now I can cut it off, where I'm going to cut it off at. Because if they're sincere, I'm trying to tell y'all, if people are legit and sincere, you're going to know it. It's going to come out in their conversation. You're going to feel it. You're going to sense it. They're not going to be evasive and, elusive and all that stuff. They're going to be really open. And then you can shut her down, because essentially we want to spend less and less time feeding into antagonist, toxic people, or people who support and cover for toxic people. Because once again, they are equally guilty no matter what their excuse or reason is. Okay? Whether that be, oh, that's my nana, and that's my pop-pop, and that's my uncle, my aunt, my cousin, my sister, my brother, my mother, my father, don't matter. Essentially, all that's saying in long form is, because they are what they are, I don't care about how I am portraying you and what they've done to you. Which means, by definition, neither should you care about talking to their hoe ass.